Hello, hello. It's hard work, this YouTube business these days, isn't it? Hello. Welcome to a little bit of an experiment stream because I haven't streamed in like 6 months. Yeah, so I wanted to sort of like see if what happened if I just did a stream out of nowhere. I expect the subscriber count will plummet, but that's fine. That's actually probably a positive thing when that happens if you're getting rid of the old subscribers that no longer watch you necessarily. But I also wanted to see how it would go just to have a bit of a catch up with everybody and get some thoughts really, because I don't know why I don't stream more often. I look like Jesse Pinkman. Yeah, I'm disguising what is a tragic hairline these days. So we're living with it. The Searchude Sir is back live again, yeah, for the first time in like 6 months. So yeah, I wanted to get some thoughts really, because I want to know what people want from this channel as well. So I like the idea of streaming. And then I just sit there and fester and go, but there's like a barrier most of the time. So I got an urge to stream today. I thought I'd just jump in and chat. And here we are. My friend says your beard is glorious. There's not much beard at the moment. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a big fan of having a massive beard. I like having facial hair, but I don't like having a big beard because it gets in the way of eating food for one. And then you have an ecosystem in there and it's horrible. You look like you have a passion in harmonicas. I don't know much about harmonicas. It's nice. It's a bit of a nice chill, just chatting stream. Yeah, that's sort of all I do at the moment. I'm like, as far as streaming is concerned, I haven't streamed like gameplay in a very long time at this point. I like making the videos, posting my things, and then getting on with the day. But I want to find a way to integrate streaming more often. I don't know how I'm going to do it, and it overwhelms me sometimes. But here I am, having a bit of a chinwag, hoping for the best. And chat, thanks for all the content you upload. Great work. Keep up the awesome content. Thank you very much. Any more Red Dead Redemption 2 videos coming? Please say yes. Yes. There are Red Dead Redemption 2 video ideas. I miss watching you, man. Well, I haven't gone anywhere. But maybe that I haven't posted content in a while that you might want to watch. But I'm still here. I'm still posting. I've still got videos left, right, and centre that I've been working on. Kind of miss the old stuff with good Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't done anything like... I haven't really paid attention to the newer Assassin's Creeds, have I? Like, I've done a few Assassin's Creed videos lately, like this year, since January. But like that's like Origins, Syndicate, and its DLC, isn't it? So I've got to finish the Unity video that I started. I also want to revisit Valhalla. And who knows, maybe then I'll brave some of the newer stuff, but God knows. For streams, it would be good to do some first playthroughs, keep it fresh for yourself if you want to just lean back and have more of a chat, maybe replay something. Did Dutch sustain a brain injury? Who knows? Who remembers Fizhy top 5 Assassin's Creed? Oh Christ, it's been a while, hasn't it? I'll see a long form video on Dutch from Red Dead Redemption 2. I've got a long form video on Dutch from Red Dead Redemption 2 already. And Almu Lim from Assassin's Creed 1. Now that might be interesting. I'll toy around with it, see if there's something there. I mean, I'll add it to like a list, and then maybe one day I'll roll the dice, and if it lands on that number, happy days. But you know, I've got like a huge list of ideas, and I'll get started on one of them, then go, hang on a minute, I've got another idea here, jump between them. And have you watched The Podyssey? I have. It's a podcast about Assassin's Creed, isn't it? It's run by The Exile and Willis Makes Movies. And yeah, they have a good dynamic, so it's quite interesting to listen to. I hope there's more Showdown content. You wife's research and the commentary is epic. Sorry? Hello, Fishy. Hello, the real Kratos. Have you played Avowed? I haven't. I haven't played Avowed. Bro's room looks like he's been kidnapped. It's just a sorry old state, and I've graded this. It probably doesn't help, but this, I'll pick at that. I habitually like pick at the acoustic foam, and yeah, I just can't stop myself. So that's become destroyed. And then when I get in, I just throw my jackets on top of the hanger back there, and that's kind of it. Any thoughts on Dawnwalker game that's coming out? So never heard of it. Have you delved into Cyberpunk much? I reckon could be a game like Red Dead Redemption. I think the problem with Cyberpunk is people say it's fixed now. And after they said that, I fired it up and a car immediately spawned in front of me as I was driving, and I crashed into it, and so I instantly closed the game and uninstalled it again. I just can't do it to myself. I'm sure it's great, but will you consider doing a podcast? I've done one in the past. It's a lot to do, and I honestly struggle talking for that long without constant input. As a presenter, I'm rather impotent. So I have to I'm not a one-trick pony, so to speak. Like when I do my dialogue for videos, often the sentences, I'll start it and then I'll finish it later. So it's hard work. It's hard work. Podcasts are very difficult to do, and I don't know if I'd necessarily add value to one. If somebody invited me onto a podcast, I'll of course say yes and do the odd episode with somebody here and there. And it's nice to catch up with James, George, and Tyler every so often as well on the Ye Olde Four Pillars podcast. But I don't think I'd ever start one myself. I wouldn't say never though. Like I just say I couldn't necessarily envision it at the moment. Hi Fishy, hand waving emoticon. Hello, he's alive. I've not died. I still post on this channel. I adore your videos and thank you very much for making them. Cheers, Fire Mouse. Much appreciated. In your Red Dead Redemption 2 cut content vid, you didn't mention gap-tooth mines. The mines apparently were half built, but not done properly in terms of graphics, so Rockstar just blocked it with rocks. Yeah, that sounds like something Rockstar would do. I mean, hey, I didn't really think much about it, I suppose, in that video, but you know how it is. There's always something. When it's cut content, it's easier to miss things than when you're talking about the content that isn't cut, because ultimately, there's no telling if it was ever there if it isn't, but if you've got to sort of like research, and naturally things are going to slip through the cracks. I was always intending to do a part 2 to that video, and then I never did, which is a shame. Have you considered diving into any horror games that might have the same mystery video potential as Skyrim Red Dead Redemption 2 videos? Honestly, with horror, I struggle with like actual horror. I'm not a big fan of it because the tension of it just gets on my nerves, and you know the jump scares. They just go, oh god, I've had a heart attack here, and then you drop dead, and what good are you then? No, I don't really enjoy horror games. Like if we're talking overt horror, I'm not big on them. But I do like implied horror. I like cosmic horror, which is why I like the Mass Effect series. I like the idea of there being horror elements in something that isn't inherently horror. I like that a lot. Have you played Fear 2? Nope. Have you considered... Sorry, I've already read that one. First time I've seen your live stream. Nice to put a face to the voice. Yeah, I do have a face. I used to show it on this channel a lot more often than I do now. And frankly, time has not been kind to me. I always had a face for radio, but... yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just puffing out with the older I get. Hello from Australia. I love the mystery videos. More of those would be amazing. Yes, Andrea, I'll do more. I want to revisit a few more like mysteries from Red Dead Redemption 2. Not necessarily ones where I missed details, but just videos looking back where I go, right, this is arse, you know, and I want to make it again but better. Obviously there is an element of greed in why I would do that, but that's been holding me off, really, is the idea of, but I've done it and it's a competent video, but I know it's not the best to the standards I can do now, and that makes me sad. But yeah, one of the only channels where I find long, interesting and well done videos. There are loads on YouTube. That's the thing. It's peculiar. There are loads of channels out there that do it in a multitude of ways, but I'm really glad that you enjoy how we do it over here. Have you ever considered the ghostly voices in the wood west of Annisburg and the movie covering them in the game? I've done a video on that. Just improving upon the work you know you could do better today. Reckon those would do well too. Yeah, there's no doubt they would do better, but I don't know if I'd be satisfied. That's the problem. And as much as I'd love to just pump out and churn out and beat the dead horse that is Red Dead Redemption 2 into the ground, ultimately at some point my channel's got to move past it. That is just a fact of life at this point. So, I mean, naturally I'm in low power mode until Grand Theft Auto 6. We all know that. It's fucking obvious. But hey, when that game comes, it'll be a new age, I hope. If the algorithm doesn't continuously batter me for because I have no idea what trends have changed, and that's on me. My favourite video view was the gang lore of the Vandalin gang. Any chance you could do a gang lore videos on the O'Driscolls and the Del Lobos? I want to say I've done videos on both. Like, yeah, there are videos on both in that playlist, like on those gangs and what we actually know about them. So those videos exist, and those are probably some of my favourite videos that I've worked on. So I'd probably never redo those videos because there's no need. Always good to see and hear your views on stuff. Cheers from Miami. Have you had the chance to dive into Night City and Cyberpunk? I have had the chance. I just didn't get very far. I'd like to do some Cyberpunk stuff, but it's a lot to get my head around. So it'll happen when it happens. But I just need to fire it up and have the game behave first, you know? Will Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 be a part of any future videos? I have been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I suck at it. And I can't sit there and make videos on the game if I can't get my head around how it works. Because I feel like I will never do that game justice if I can't figure out how it works. Maybe a video finding secrets in the world, like, you know, like 5, 10 secrets, whatever. I've toyed around with that idea. That's probably about as far as I'm qualified to do there. But one of the entry requirements when making content on a game, if you're going to explore it in more detail, you need to understand the game. And Kingdom Come, as much as I want to understand it, and I keep banging my head against the tree that is that game, I'm still struggling. So I just have to keep going, and hopefully maybe down the line, yes. But if not, you'll know that I failed miserably. And that's kind of it. Didn't you play Kingdom Come Deliverance 1? Is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 that different in terms of gameplay? It's a little bit less punishing. But that's a bit like saying drowning is a better way to die than setting yourself on fire. Have you ever played the Yakuza Like a Dragon series? I haven't. Seems like your kind of chaos. I might give it a go. What's something you want in Grand Theft Auto 6? I'm gonna be straight with you. More mysteries for me to explore for the purpose of making lovely videos that I feel fulfilled making, I guess. What's so hard about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for you? My fingers don't work. Like, my fingers, they physically don't work. that is it. It is nothing about the game that I think the game is doing wrong. I just think naturally it's a bit of a phenomenon that the game was very obviously appealing to a niche that I probably do not naturally belong to, and yet it's an interesting game because it's captivated a wider audience perhaps than it intended to, and I think it's fantastic that it's managed to do that. And as much as I want to be involved with it and, you know, and actually play it and try it, and I have been doing, it's yet to click. That is it. You know, maybe one day it will click, but you know how it is. Have you checked out the lore in The Sims? The Sims lore? How many Grim Reapers can you get in one swimming pool? Do you want GTA 6 to be more like GTA 4 or 5 in terms of mechanics? I actually don't know. I'd say probably more like 4's, but with driving that isn't necessarily as weighted. Like, the driving in 4 was... I understand its intent and its purpose, but giving your brakes 6 months notice to stop it's silly. It tries to be realistic, and it is a bit silly. GTA 4's mechanics are probably more ideal because it lends itself better to a darker story that would naturally interest me more. But I don't know. I guess I'll take it as it comes. Ultimately, I love your Skyrim video series so much. I've been working on a video on Ulfric Stormcloak on that note. But yeah, ultimately, Rockstar will do what sells, and I reckon the 5 formula is going to be more reliable for that. It's how they adapt that and convert it to a more interesting game, perhaps. Because if there's one thing that GTA 5 struggled with at times, it was being interesting. As great as it was, at times you going through the world and you're going, right, I can jump in online now. And that's the last thing I want to be thinking about when I'm playing a single player game is jumping in the online at the earliest convenience. And that's a problem that GTA 5 does have, because there's so much stuff in there that is interesting, but I don't think there's anywhere near as much stuff as there's going to be in 6. Will you play GTA 10 when it comes out? I won't even be alive at that point. You don't look like someone who has a channel with over 500,000 subs in a good way. I appreciate that. I don't try to look like somebody with a channel who has over 500,000 subs, because I don't even have a channel with over 500,000 subs. But, and the reason why I don't want to look like somebody who has a vaguely successful, and I say vaguely these days because it comes and goes, YouTube channel, is because I don't want to make a thing of it. You know, like if I meet somebody in public and they ask what I do for a living, I sort of awkwardly tremble because I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be ridiculed for what I say. So there's nothing special about how I try and present myself. If you're in my chat, there's a chance I'm going to respond to you. I wouldn't say GTA 5 felt boring, but I'd say there are times where it struggles to be as interesting as it perhaps could be. A world without Fizhy isn't a world I want to be in. That's fine. It's not a world I could physically be in. So if that makes you feel better, I don't know. I just finished The Witcher 3 for the first time, and I'm honestly very excited for The Witcher 4 now. I do look forward to The Witcher 4. I went back and rewatched the Under Nightmare streams for shits and giggles, and I want to say thank you for the countless hours of laughs you've given all of us. I appreciate that. If I met you IRL, I'd ask for a pic and just thank you for all the wonderful content you make. And I would oblige. I'd ask you for a picture as well. It'd be like double selfie time. But that, yeah, no. I mean, it's very rare actually. I haven't met many viewers in public, it must be said. I was playing GTA 4 multiplayer with Bailey Points and my mate Jack, and somebody sent me a message out of the blue in that. Like, they came over, said hello, very friendly in the game, then sent me a message saying, I love your videos, and I was like, oh my god, somebody's recognised me in the only GTA 4 multiplayer server active on Xbox consoles. It's not a server though, is it? But you get what I'm trying to say. It was very nice. When will actual comments return? Probably never, because I didn't like the person I had to be to make that kind of content entertaining. Does that make sense? And people would just randomly comment stuff that hurt my physical soul just to get in those videos, and it worked, and there was no navigating around that. So the best way to do a series like that is to not do a series like that. As funny as it was, it is just not a good look. It makes me look like an arsehole, and I was being an arsehole fundamentally. You know, so I'm reformed, hopefully. Why don't you do lore videos about Oblivion? I'd like to. I'd definitely like to. There's a lot that I could do. There's a lot that's on the cards for me to dive into doing. But yeah, I'm doing my best to get around to everything. And these days, to make content to the standards I want to make content to, it's becoming harder and harder to turn around projects really quickly. It just is. It's something that I used to be able to publish something like once a day, and I did that without fail for years, and the videos were fine. But compared to now, yeah, I've definitely taken a few steps up in the quality department there, but the output has plummeted, and it makes me sad. Like, I feel physically sad. Are you still a security guard, by the way? Nope. No, I don't do security anymore. Anything interesting planned for decades? Yeah, lots and lots. But again, oh god, I'm so overwhelmed with projects and ideas. I've got them coming out my ears, and I just don't know which I want to do first, if that makes sense. Have you watched Davies 313's Assassin's Creed challenge videos? No. Do you recommend those videos? How do you feel about your old Assassin's Creed top 10s? They served the purpose that they had to for the time that I made them. It was what I wanted to make at the time, and obviously it was alright. Would I make those videos now? I have no idea. Probably not. But that's what happens when you accidentally find yourself chasing purpose. After a bit you go, yeah, okay. After a bit you go, I've got to move past this at some point, you know. Don't beat yourself up for it. Whatever video you make, it never fails to make my day better. I appreciate that. Did you check out Ghost of Tsushima? I did. I loved Ghost of Tsushima. My dad likes men. Congratulations. They're absolutely hilarious. I 100% recommend them. Davies 313, did you say? Okay, I'll make a note of it and I'll keep it in mind. Don't forget the Florida Man versus Alligators lore videos for GTA 6. Lol. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever that game has to offer on the lore front, the front that's my bread and butter, frankly, I'm going to try and involve myself with and try and do stuff about. Like, videos about Grand Theft Auto 6 are probably the only given I can offer. And like I said, until that game drops, the channel's very much so in low power mode, because a lot of the growth came from Red Dead Redemption 2, and I can't promise beating the soul out of Red Dead Redemption 2 until everyone's sick of me, until that game releases 500 years from now after we factored all the delays and I'm a cyborg. But we'll see. What happened to the seal balloon called Solomon? It's over there. It's not staring at me, but it's under like a blanket in the corner of the room. So it still exists. It's still there. There you go. Are you well? Did you catch a cold? No. I guess I'm just aging. I know you made a lot of videos, but do you have one video you made that is your favourite? Oh, that's a tricky question. You know, the saddest part is I want to answer that question with an answer. You know, I want to give you an answer and say this is the absolute favourite video I've ever made. But my mind goes blank, and that to me means I need to make better videos, frankly. But there we go. The hidden one. Fishy, you look like #Brady. Who's #Brady? I feel like I'm missing something. The only man in the UK to not succumb to the new illness that makes your throat feel like sandpaper. I must learn your secrets. Unfortunately, you can't escape that in the UK. But hello, the hidden one. How are you doing, my friend? How I look at it is you've made so many great videos you can't choose. Yeah, but if I believed that myself, I'd grow complacent. So I can't subscribe to that ideology. I can only subscribe to the ideology that my best video is yet to come. Because if I think anything else, I'll never try and chase that height again. And yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't necessarily want to believe that the best video I've ever made, whether that be performance or quality of the actual content, is in my past, because otherwise it just will be. I just googled, and Fishy, you do look like #. Who's #? Who is that? Please Google it. Okay, Google it. Did you say #Brady? Okay. Who's #? Oh Christ. Oh Christ. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. Okay. You know what? Okay. I can't say I don't see it. But I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sure he's a sound guy. Possible Wolverine audition in the future. Come again. What's your favourite Four Pillars moment? That's a tricky question as well. They've been great friends to me, those lads. I haven't spoken to any of them in a while. I've got to reach out, see how life is going on for them. I know James has recently relocated abode again. He's moved house. I don't know what George is doing, but I'm quite certain neither does he. And Tyler will be doing whatever he does best, which is probably thriving down under. So, as far as my favourite moment with those lads, it's got to be meeting them, hasn't it? It's got to be meeting them. Whether that was the first time or the second time, it's meeting up with them and actually, you know, speaking to them in person and having pints. I guess that would do. Love your videos, bro. Cheers, man. And yes, I do live. I miss the Four Pillars. Yeah, so do I, to be honest. I miss that sort of like consistency, because you didn't feel like you were running at this YouTube game alone. Well, I didn't anyway. I didn't feel like I was running at this YouTube stuff alone. These days it does feel a little bit more solitary, and I'm okay with solitary. I can live with it. But I do miss having this sort of like shared struggle with creators with very, very similar interests. And these days that I'm blessed with knowing many creators up and coming in particular that I really enjoy chatting with. Take for instance Bailey Points or Cyberboy. You know, great lads. He looks sad. He is British. I don't think I look sad. I mean, I've got to admit, the British natural state of being is rather miserable. And yes, I subscribe to it. But that's so that we're never disappointed. I miss the Discord, even though I got banned over a badly structured spoiler. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't miss that Discord. I'd love to, in the future, create a new Discord where I can just have absolute power and get rid of people who are being dickheads straight up. And I didn't have to go through like a process and whatnot. Like that Discord, it was flawed because there was too much going on that it was hard to keep track of, and as a result, that blew up in our face. So I'd like to create a more controlled Discord in the future where it's a little bit more sensible. Can't believe this is the same guy who gave us the masterpiece called Swag, and then I took it away. I have to say it, and the fit is giving me Jesse Pinkman vibes in the best way. I appreciate that. I didn't really think about it when I threw this t-shirt on and popped the beanie hat on to disguise what is a tragedy up top. Oh, it looks worse on camera. Oh no. But there we go. What are we gonna do? I'll just let it go. I wish it thinned in the middle though, because then I could have the monk trim. But yeah, tactical retreat. Yes, it's a flanking maneuver, and I don't know how to wear beanies, so I've forgotten. Welcome to the 30s. I'm not at my 30s yet. Use onion juice on your head. But yeah, it helps. I don't want to deny it. I just don't want to necessarily look at it through all the time. When it goes, it's gonna go. You know, I've never been blessed with a particularly low hairline anyway, so I don't know how much of it's actually going. But it looks horrific. So beanie hat it is. Fishy, I love your videos and your doggy. Yes, Mr. Goose is a good lad. Will you ever do some Bully mysteries? I'd love to. What kind of mysteries are there in Bully? I know there's myths and things like that, but mysteries I'm not too familiar with. I have a prediction for the Netflix adaptation of Assassin's Creed. Do you? I love your lore videos, especially your detective skills in Skyrim. I appreciate that. I can't say I'm necessarily the premier for it, but I have definitely been blessed with a positive reception, I think, with regards to the Skyrim stuff, and I really enjoy making it. I've got a video on the burn about Ulfric Stormcloak that I want to get finished hopefully tonight. It's not a big video necessarily, but I want to sort of like explore the mind of the guy, you know, and that's sort of what that video is about. Because it's a genuinely interesting, flawed character. Probably the most interesting character in Skyrim. Oh, don't forget about the Far Cry 4 announcement. Super pumped. Are there any other games besides Witcher 4 and GTA 6 that you're looking forward to? Oh God. I mean, I'd love for there to be another Mass Effect like it was announced years ago. But with what's going on with BioWare, you just never know these days, do you? I'd love to look forward to that, but no game exists until there's a proper announcement, I suppose. Would it be boring to say that I just sort of like switch off from most of the games industry these days, and I do my best to just sort of make the videos on the games that I know interest me. I guess Ghost of Yotei is a good answer actually. Now that you think about it, I'm surprised no Starfield video. I did about 5 of them. Limited success, but I did 5 of them, and that was kind of all I could find about it. And I never told you look like Tom Hardy. It's a more flattering look-alike comparison than before, but I don't think that would be flattering on Tom Hardy's end somehow. Mass Effect 4 is BioWare's last chance at redemption. Well, fingers crossed they manage it. New Mass Effect would be brilliant. It would be. And I remember the trailer for it, but there's like... Games industry is a shit show. There's also the Elder Scrolls 6 coming at some point. Yes, but I wouldn't go so far as to say I look forward to seeing Bethesda Game Studios not innovate. Although I would look forward to playing the game. It's not necessarily like an anticipation. It's more of a, alright, yeah, I'm here for this, but here we go again. What's your favourite game? Oh, God. You have to play Yasuke Simulator. I don't know, do I? Is that the knockoff game that's kind of taking the piss out of AC Shadows from an uncertain perspective? Have you been sick recently? You seem like you've been sick. I have no idea. I think I've been fine. I mean, at the start of the year, I was like unwell. I had like a horrible flu, and then I recovered from that, and immediately had a horrible flu. But other than that, no, I not to my knowledge. I mean, I've definitely not been the premier of my fitness. I will say that much. Nor have I been at the premier of my own mental well-being, really. But I wouldn't say I was necessarily out of the ordinary. It's just a classic. It's January. We're all miserable. We're all broke following Christmas, and then, you know, it's the early sunsets that do me. But the moment I get, you know, near enough room temperature on a nice sunny day, sit me down in a beer garden and get me a nice pint of ale, I'll be sweet. You know, that's about it. Got to shoot off, Ethan. Nice seeing you again. Take care, Kronos Gaming. Thank you for coming by. It's been a pleasure. Do you think we will get the Elder Scrolls 6 first or World War 3? At that point, that really is the pressing question, isn't it? The sun's been hitting lately. I mean, it was quite sunny today. In fact, it's near enough 6 p.m. It's not dark out yet. It's getting dark, but that's what we like. We like the sun sticking around for a little goodbye tour. That's what we want in the day. Thoughts on the new Batman game set in the Batman movie universe? Is that a thing? Or am I don't know. I've been living under a rock, you tell me. But that sounds interesting. Very stabby, very parkoury. I'm sorry, what? The Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be a disappointment, bro. Believe me. Probably. I won't take your word for it necessarily, but I'm under no illusions. Hello, Waxy. How you doing, mate? You good? Fizhy, it's been so long. It has been a minute. Are there any old games that you'd like to revisit for videos? Oh, I'd love to revisit like Driver 3 for like the PS2. Because that's a game I used to play as a kid and haven't played since. And it would be an interesting little shit show to play it again. But it doesn't have any like backwards compatibility support, so the only way I could is if I purchased a contemporary console from when that game released. Like, I'm not pulling the one out of the attic. That thing's a relic. It's probably on life support if I'd plug that in, and then get a copy of it. I need a business expense. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows? Bethesda belongs to previous decade. Always. Halo Studios has a better chance at creating a good Halo game than Bethesda creating a good game. Who knows? Who knows? Familiar with Dungeon Keeper? Is this how it feels to be like your granddad? Like, Christ. Sorry, I feel you could always emulate, yeah, but emulate typically goes hand in hand with piracy, doesn't it? So it's a little bit of a grey area. I do feel I'm becoming somebody's granddad here. This is what's happening. Do video games interest you less and less due to covering them for over a decade? Video games as an idea don't. But a lot of the generic slop that releases, I see right through it a lot easier, and it discourages me from going towards that game. So I do play less new games as a result of being able to identify what might actually be a good game and what's just completely homogenized with other things that I wouldn't buy. First time catching you live. Just wanted to say thanks for doing what you do. I really enjoy your longer content and your perspective on the topics you cover. Thank you very much, Farron, for coming along. It's much appreciated that you've come here. I really do. I do hope you're doing well. Halo Studios is 343. Yeah, I figured that. The Mystery of the Strange Man revisited. No, I don't think I could do that. I think the veil would be lifted on my intentions if I did that, wouldn't it? I might revisit a few previous videos. I want to revisit the Porter family because I don't think that video is necessarily my best, and also because I hadn't necessarily at the time mastered the flow of my narrations to the extent that I like to think I'm on my way to doing now. It's probably not the most engaging video from the perspective of how I engage with it myself. I'd also like to revisit the Manzanita Post mystery, though, maybe. And yeah, that would be certainly interesting to do, but who knows? Love the Red Dead and Skyrim videos. Those are the games I replay the most. Is the Porter family the family in Red Dead Redemption 2 you rob with Javier? Yes, it is. But the thing is, I guess the reason why I'd revisit those isn't necessarily to cover new details. It's just to make a better video. And if the video's functional, it's live and learn. But look, ideas ain't coming to me like they used to. Most favourite Rockstar game? It's going to have to be Red Dead Redemption 2, isn't it, to be boring? It's going to have to be. Hang on, let me have a look at my list. I've got a list, right? I've got a list of just, like it's an endless... You can't see anything on that, can you? It's a blinding white screen. I've got a list on here of, like, God knows how many videos to do. I've got to do a video on Mass Effect 2. I've got a deadline for that, so I've got to do it. I want to do a video on a few things, really. But obviously there's some Witcher ideas that I've got to play around with. Like this study on the mind of Ulfric Stormcloak that I guess I've been working on for a bit. Because he's an interesting character, I guess. I also want to sort of like dive into perhaps analysing Arthur Morgan. That might be a good video idea. I've got it on the list. Doesn't mean I'll necessarily do it, but hey, maybe it'll be a good idea, and I'll end up with like a 2-hour-long video just diving into the mentality of the man himself. But yeah, there's loads on here, loads and loads. What's your favourite TV series of all time? Ooh, well, I don't know actually. Again, there's so many good ones. There's so many bad ones. It's hard to tell which I like and which I don't. There are loads out there that I really enjoy. Do you reckon you'll make a video pissing around with mods in Red Dead 2 again? Possibly. But I think this channel needs to be on a little bit better footing before I start dossing around again. I've done 3 dossing around videos this month, and I think that's everybody's fill for the time being. Have you ever played the No More Heroes game? No? What's your favourite fish? I'm partial to a good haddock. How about playing more indie games, if you're into indie games? I don't know. I guess it's because, I mean, I can play loads of indie games for myself. That's fine. Like that's not a problem. But when it comes to making content here, the problem with indie games is oftentimes it's like people will just see the video and go, what, you know, and that's a shame. I don't want to skew the analytics, so to speak. That's a worry. But I do enjoy a good indie game every now and then, and maybe there will be one so surreal, and they often are very surreal, that compels me to cover it. But there's a difference in playing it and covering, I suppose. And yeah, favourite book? Oh, I can't read. Have you ever considered making a video about showing the difference between tackling certain missions as Arthur or John? No, but plenty of people have. I mean, originality is not the issue with that. It's purely. I mean, plenty of people have, and it's not necessarily an area that I think I can add value to. If I could make a suggestion, Cyberpunk 2077 is a really big game with a lot of mysteries. I think you would really enjoy it. I reckon it'll be a good shout. What do you think? When do you think a new GTA 6 trailer will drop? Hang on. To respond to that Cyberpunk idea, you're convincing me that I need to play Cyberpunk. So I'll definitely add it. I'll definitely put it on like a priority order and hope for the best. When do I think a new GTA 6 trailer will drop? I have no clue. Soon. You'd think soon. At some point, they've got to begin their marketing campaign. And anyone who spouts the bollocks that somehow this game doesn't need marketing, discard anything else they say because they don't know what they're talking about. Every product ever needs marketing. GTA 6 will be no different. I'd imagine if the game's coming this year, soon is probably sooner rather than later, I would say. If you've not heard anything by June, start sweating. But who knows? Marketing campaigns differ from company to company, project to project, and they can change, you know, in a matter of moments. So who knows? Maybe it will be soon. Maybe it will be later. I reckon you'd fall in love with Cyberpunk for sure. With all its hidden Easter eggs and mysteries, I reckon it'd be right up your alley. If it runs well. Yeah, that's the only issue is it didn't run well for me. But I'll install it again. Maybe it's the fact that this PC's 5 years old and has been abused within an inch of its life since I bought it, because it's just been a workhorse. It's been the workhorse PC. But yes, I'd like to. I'm aware of mysteries in Cyberpunk that I'd love to cover. But I've got to get my head around all the intricacies of the game first, and that's got to take priority. So I've got to find the time to actually sit down and sink a solid 100 hours into it before I can competently give you any content from it. And that's the barrier at the moment. I've just got to sort of commit and do it bit by bit. Don't be so abusive, Fishy. It's unkind. Sorry? Play on PlayStation, then. I could do that, but that would make too much sense. I have to go, but it was good to see you live. Take care of yourself, Mario. You have a good day. So I think it's time we introduce you to the wonderful world of Metal Gear Solid. Mafia the Old Country. Yeah, that's another thing that I'll be interested in. Mafia the Old Country. Because for many people, GTA 6 might be a hoax until Rockstar starts shitting out trailers. Yeah, that's true. I went to the pub with a mate of mine a few months ago, and the GTA 6 trailer had been a thing for a year at this point. And he was talking about GTA 6 as like an idea and how he looks forward to actually playing it. But he had no clue that trailer had dropped. He didn't have the foggiest clue. Which was really interesting. The only Metal Gear game I've ever played is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I've played Metal Gear Solid 3. I really enjoyed it, but it's like... Are you interested in the game Mind's Eye? I actually kind of am, you know. I've seen bits and bats of it. It does look kind of interesting. So, I don't know much about it, but I do know enough about it that would pique my interest, if that makes sense. My Metal Gear is solid right now. Congratulations. Where are we up to? But yeah, there's loads of things I can do. There's loads of ideas I have. Do you think over on Decades you'll do a video on Dunatar Castle? Just asking because I'm from the area and people did talk about it. Skip over its ancient history, which is really interesting. Mind if I Google that really quickly? Let me have a look. I want to know more about this place. Dunatar. Is that a place? Oh, it is a place. Oh, wow. Wow, where is this? It's on the northeast coast of Scotland, about 2 miles south of Stonehaven. Okay. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that place. Wow. I can't show you the images because copyright, but very nice looking bit of castle. It's on like a rocky cliff plateau thing. Yeah, it reminds me of like Tintagel, but Scottish. Right, let's have a quick gander. It's gone low. Oh, there's a hefty bit of history here. Yeah. Tell you what, if I'm ever up that way, absolutely. Yeah, I'd definitely do it. You seem like the friendliest guy. I wouldn't go that far, but I do try and be polite. That's all I can do, you know. Hey man, important question since I just need to know. What do you think of Half-Life series? To be fair, it's probably one of my earliest memories is watching my dad play Half-Life. So, I'm familiar with Half-Life, and obviously I've played Half-Life 2 at least, and I do love a bit of Gary's mod, but I couldn't competently tell you much. I don't know what it is. No, you're very rude. Yes, indeed, Sonny Roy's got the right idea. Used to be known as the Great Fortress, held the crown jewels, was invaded by a Viking king, and started as a Pictish settlement. Okay, yeah, that sounds interesting. If I'm ever up that way, I'll definitely want to have a look, because it's the kind of place that I can imagine getting some beautiful shots along with it, which, you know, never hurts. Half-Life gave me half a life. Indeed. Among other things. Okay, yeah, that castle seems really interesting. Do you know the gamer who got banned on Xbox because he lived in Fort Gay in Western Virginia? No? That does sound like one of the esoteric things that can get you banned from an online service, though. So if you leave it at that, I will believe you. That actually happened, did it? So it was at Fort Gay and got banned. It was a big incident. Okay. Well, that's insane. Do a Decades video on Stonehenge. I've already done one on Stonehenge. It exists. Look, Stonehenge is a bit of a weird place because you can't touch the stones for obvious reasons. You can't get close to the stones. You can pay £30 for the privilege of getting a bus up to the stones, and then you still have to be about 50 feet away from them. And this path, right behind the path that you're allowed to be on because you paid the £30 privilege of being there, there's a footpath behind it you can just walk on anyway. Stonehenge is like a tourist trap these days. It's fascinatingly like ancient stones. It's just a shame they're a tourist trap. And I mean, obviously, being like an English Heritage member, I didn't have to pay that silly fee. But yeah, it's a peculiar one because it's interesting to see, but it is a tourist trap fundamentally. I love when you stream, man. How many Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 reference do you think will be packed into GTA 6? Hundreds. 30 quid to see some stones, which you can see in Assassin's Creed for free. For free, sorry. Well, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But I mean, if we're talking specifically, yes, but you still have to pay for Assassin's Creed. Since you guys did a video on Chernobyl, do you want to touch any of the Stalker games? I might give it a go. I might give them a go. I haven't really. I've got so much to burn through, like ideas galore. I'm just trying to streamline the ideas that I definitely want to do. I definitely want to see Rockstar make fun of clickbait YouTubers on GTA 6. Yeah, I think they'll probably make some nods depending, like to YouTubers in general, there'll be some nods. Because the whole point of Grand Theft Auto is it is parody of Western culture, specifically American culture. These days, YouTube is a big part of that. It's an aspect, let's say, but I don't think it will necessarily be the clickbait creators they'll make fun of. They'll be making fun of like Mr. Beast, you know. You're gonna cover the Dishonored DLC. I don't know how I forgot, but I guess I have to. I'll have to fire it up and do the DLC, won't I? Yes, I'll do it at some point, definitely, probably this year. I mean, I have the time. What else am I gonna do? Hey man, what's up? You make good videos. Cheers for that. Thank you very much. I massively appreciate it right now, man. Probably Mr. Beast or the Sissy Paul Bros. Yeah, probably. Hello, David. It's a pleasure to see you there, sir. Did you hear that Mr. Boss for the Win is a server partner for the Rockstar Discord? That dude is a massive clickbait arsehole. I didn't. I don't know if I'm shocked, but I guess it happens. Like, I don't know. I try not to like knock other creators necessarily too heavily. Mr. Boss's content is never. It's not the type of content that I'd want to make, and that's sort of where I have to leave it. Hello, the energetic sloth. Can you give me some energy, please? Good evening. It's so weird to think almost 10 years ago there were people clickbaiting that they were getting GTA 6 early. Yeah, we didn't realise how early. Well, I gotta be off ski. I need to go to the football and watch my team get battered again. Wish us luck. Even if my boys are terrible. That's my my football allegiance summarised as well, David. But you take care, mate. Alright, Fishy, just wanted to say I really like the recent videos you made on Red Dead Redemption and GTA Online. Love your other videos too. Yeah, thank you very much, Pippin Bam Bam. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, I enjoyed making those videos. They didn't perform as spectacularly as I probably deep down hoped, but I enjoyed making them. So, fuck the results. It was good. You kind of look like you're cosplaying as a survivor in The Walking Dead. I don't think I'd be a very good cosplayer. This is just a t-shirt and a beanie hat to disguise the pitiful hairline. Does Red Dead Redemption 1 still hold up? I might replay it. Yeah, it does. I mean, graphically, it's not the most visually impressive game anymore, but gameplay-wise, it's still pretty smooth. The systems still hold up. You could play it and enjoy it, you know? Next, it'll be GTA 7 early this year. This year, I bet. You can get ads on streams. Yeah, it is monetized. I set it to be moderate because you can set it to be aggressive or you can set it to be like really low. But the thing is, if I set it really low, the revenue from it will not exist. If I set it really high, everyone will get angry with the amount of ads. So I set it on moderate, like balanced, and that's kind of about it. Could be bold. I got a McDonald's hairline. Yeah, wouldn't say I've got that far. It's just like the most aggressive widow's peak of all time. But hey, it's on my own head, so I'm going to be conscious about it. When do you think Rockstar will drop trailer 2? I'd like to say soon. I would like to say in the next few months, because you know the release window thus far is the back end of this year. It's fall this year. They're going to have to start marketing it at some point. It's a foregone conclusion. If the game's coming out this year, we will hear about it soon. If it isn't, we might not. But they'll still communicate to us that they've delayed it, if indeed they choose to delay it. Because when those things are decided, they don't tend to hang on to that information long, because they know it's going to piss people off. It's just, let's rip the plaster off and hope for the best. Trailer 2 might be at Sony's State of Play in the summer. I doubt they'll do events with it. The GTA Online vid was entertaining AF. Cheers, man. I doubt they'll do an event for Trailer 2. I really doubt it. Because they've never done that sort of thing before. They could. They easily could. If they showed up and said, hey, Mr. Sony, like John Sony, I want to promote Grand Theft Auto 6 on your State of Play, Sony will go, okay, probably. But they don't necessarily need to do that, and they haven't done it before. Okay, never mind, I'm back. I didn't realise what the time was. Kickoff isn't until 7:45. Oh really? Are you watching it like on telly, or are you heading to a physically to a game? I presume it's that. Hello, Jiminator J. How have you been? I've been alright, I've just been chilling. What do you think of the Fallout series? Yeah, decent. I mean, it has its flaws, what doesn't, but I genuinely enjoyed the flow of it. So, it's alright. GTA 5 is very unserious with all the jokes. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto is fundamentally a parody universe, so it's never serious. I mean, it's serious in the message, but it doesn't convey the message in serious ways. Yeah, I was like, who's this? And it's the wonderful person who made the Assassin's Creed video. Thank you. Well, thank you for watching the Assassin's Creed video. Which Assassin's Creed video is it? It's a bit of a rabbit hole for my past. But welcome. Been out here slapping. Okay, cool. Gonna be meeting some of the cast of Red Dead Redemption 2 in real life next week. Excited for it. Yeah, you enjoy that. Enjoy that. It sounds like a right laugh. It sounds like a good place to be. Origins. The recent one. The one that I did like a month ago? Yeah, it's about a month ago. Let me have a look. Let me get specifics. It was like it was the 14th of January I posted that. Yeah, I really enjoyed making that video, to be honest. It was a really good video for me to make. I just liked doing it. I would never toot my horn and say it's perfect, but I really enjoyed making it. So I'm glad you enjoyed watching it. Or at least, I hope that's what you were saying. Who knows? Maybe just being kind to me, in which case I appreciate it. I'm cosplaying as John Marston for that. That sounds really cool. Have you got like a cool John Marston jacket? Have you got like a beard? It's weird to think that the guy that played Luigi in the 90s Mario movie was the voice actor for Sid the Sloth. What? I'm learning things. Thank you for reviving my interest in Red Dead Redemption 2 again. Genuine masterpiece. All love, everyone. Cheers, Slim. I appreciate the support, and I'm glad you're enjoying Red Dead Redemption 2 again. Jacket, hat, pants, boots, everything. You're suited and booted. Gun? Have you got gun, firearm? You know, revolver in case you need to shoot people. You never know. You never know when you might need to shoot people. John Marston's always shooting people. I've probably got the weirdest taste in games. 1 minute I'm massacring Valentine, the next I'm playing COD Ghosts. I'd say that's rather on brand, but hey, that's just me. I recently just got an Xbox 360 controller. My old one was broken after not touching my 360 in years. I'm going to start collecting games for it. That sounds like a good shout. Have you got John's horse? That's another thing. You need to get his horse. Great Red Dead Redemption videos. Thank you, Goku7805. Keep up the good work. I shall do my very best. It's the legendary Mothman himself. Did you ever play the Assassin's Creed Chronicles games? Yeah, I did actually. I liked Chronicles China. I wasn't so big on Chronicles India and Chronicles Russia. But as like a cohesive one thing, like if you played all 3 Chronicles games back to back to back, you'd be alright, wouldn't you? But yeah, they were a fun little side-scrolling experiment. I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 has a lot of resurgence in the last few months, probably from people anticipating whatever's next from Rockstar. Yeah, maybe it's maybe I should revisit some subjects that I don't think I necessarily did quality justice to years ago. But the problem with revisiting things on that basis is the moment I use that justification to do it once, I can just perpetually do it until I just become Mr. Boss for the win. That's a worry. So I've got to find ways to. There are ideas I need to cover that I haven't covered yet. I should focus on those first, you know, before I start selling my soul. But who knows? Maybe I'll give it a go. What's your opinion on Rockstar Games Discord server? At first I was cautious. I thought, what are you doing what are you doing creating a Discord server and taking on the perception of responsibility for the abhorrent things that people just can't help but say whenever GTA 6 is mentioned. But it's not my Discord server to worry about that necessarily. I just thought it was really amusing. But now things seem to be a little bit less insane over there. Like, still chatting there at your own risk, but yeah, I mean, it seems they've brought it under some modicum of control, which I didn't expect. So props to them for that. But I haven't exactly dived in and searched for insane messages. All I remember is I opened that server when they dropped it, and found somebody trying to sell drugs in one of the chats. So I was like, okay, this is going well. And by drugs, I'm not talking like hard drugs. I'm talking like cannabis, you know, like nothing major. He just said, who's in the UK and wants some weed? You know, I thought, oh Christ, here we go. I spoke there, everyone was crazy. I got scared and left. Yeah, I've got it muted, and all I'm going to pay attention to is the news feed. And I thought they were going to like announce something on that like news feed, as they've clearly opened a new branch of marketing, and all they've been promoting is Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Online. You know, it physically hurts at this point. You have an Oblivion tattoo? Yeah, it was a... I don't know if it was a good decision, but I've had that for years, like 6 years, and I just quite like the Oblivion gate. I like the Oblivion logos, you know, as it was. So I just kind of like kept it, you know. I just thought it was cool. To be fair, Discord is full of nutters, either drug dealers or nonces or stupid crap. Indeed. Hey, I mean, if you can control the Discord server among like a small selection of people, you're all right. But that was always going to be unleashing the horde, and it very much so was at first. Yeah, it's a cool tattoo. The artist had some input, to be fair, on this one as well. Like, instead, rather than having it be a block colour, why don't we give it like this shading effect? And I went, yeah, you're the artist. You tell me what you think works best, and I'll just say. My friend had a Discord server just for me and a few others, and it was just pure autism. I'm in a Discord server with loads of mates, and it is that. I can give you that. Like, it's pure, unadulterated madness. But because it's private and confined, you can get away with it. And believe me, there's a lot to get away with there. Like, if screenshots leak to that, you would probably see me in a different light, because these are people that I know the boundaries of as individuals. So, and they know mine. So the chat gets insane. But we don't necessarily type much. It's always in call. It's really fun. But there is like a Hall of Fame thing where if something is said that's ridiculous, like utterly ludicrous, it gets immortalized for insurance purposes. I love GTA 5. Found a couple who needed a ride. They started to... Yes, I took them to the altruists. You can't be rumping in the back of this car while I'm driving it. I will take you to the altruists and sacrifice you to the penis cult. I'm getting away with sending my pals multiple images of Bill Clinton. Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. It's got to be done. Somebody's got to do it. Here's Bill Clinton again. Yeah, fair enough. I haven't seen you. Yeah. Trevor offered to join in, though. Yeah, I mean, he was a... he was. It's Trevor's got this, like, as a character, he's got this weird thing where he sort of makes characters uncomfortable as like a form of antagonizing them, and he constantly does it. So it's a character trait. Yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect from Trevor. I haven't seen you sounds ominously threatening. I can't see anything. Sorry, the impulse got me. Didn't Trevor say he wanted to get involved in the couple's business? Oh God, I can't really remember. I mean, this is the thing. Information goes in one ear, sticks around long enough for me to use it, and then goes straight out that ear sometimes. But after enough time, like, exposing myself to things that I obviously haven't spent with GTA 5, I'd be able to tell you the ins and outs of it. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2, chances are good I know a fair bit. But GTA, it's as and when I'm... The content I make is me learning as much as anybody else. Is Trevor gay? Because he does seem kind of gay. By the way, I'm LGBTQ myself, so I have a gaydar. I mean, he's fictional, so I guess you got to fill in the blanks yourself, if that helps. But who knows? Maybe he is. Maybe he likes a little bit of cock on occasion. But I think Trevor might just be bisexual. Possibly. Who knows? Maybe he'll time travel and hook up with Bill Williamson. Just a thought. I was really surprised they played Aphex Twin songs in the what on the radio in GTA 5. What's that? We should see Trevor at a Pride parade. Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't think it'll be interesting for the reasons that you think. Well, according to Michael, Trevor is the proto-hipster. That would be interesting. Hang on, sorry, I've got an email here. I need to look at it. You know, I find it really funny. Business emails can be quite a laugh at times, because if I'm not necessarily interested in something, I probably won't even respond to the email. So I just get like follow-up after follow-up after follow-up at times. And I don't necessarily... Sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed with like emails of things that I'm not sure about that I don't know what to make of half of them. So a lot of emails that are probably genuinely good get lost, but every now and then it's like 10 emails in the space of a week from the same person trying to get in contact. And at that point, it's hard work. But hey, William Williamson. His first name's Marion, but he goes by Bill. See? Red Dead knowledge. It's there. Bill's first name is the same as his last name. No, Bill is a nickname. His first name is Marion. Red Dead knowledge. Bill is a nickname that's derived from his surname. But because it's funny, we will call him William Williamson from here on out. I know someone called Thomas Thompson. Oh God. Oh, that is funny. Thomas Thompson. He's a very unfortunate gentleman. He's a good lad though. Thomas Thompson. Gunnar Gunnarsson. Gunnar, son of Gunnar. A beer time soon. Catch you next time. Nice to see you live. Thanks for your amazing videos. Cheers, ran so far away. Thank you for coming along. Sonny Roy. Do you like Indian food? Absolutely love Indian food. Or at least the Indian food you get in the UK. I'm sure there's a distinction, but I've never been to India to find out. Hey, maybe it'll be worth it at some point. You never know. But yeah, the scran that there's an Indian restaurant not far from here that does beautiful scran. Like, it's one of my favourite places to go and eat. There's also a Chinese restaurant near me that's like I'd say it's like an all you can eat, but it's not like you load up your plate with whatever you want. You go back for however much you want. You pay a certain fee, and then you get courses, and you can have as much of a course as you want. But when you move on, you can't go back. And that place is absolutely glorious. I'm sure there's a footballer for Birmingham who's called William Williamson, I think. I'm going to Google that. William Williamson. This has gone to a different place altogether. William Williamson was an English adventurer who became an oil company representative in the Persian Gulf. We have strayed. We have strayed. Gotta head out. Good stream. Have a nice day. Thank you very much, the real Brit lad. I've never had Indian food. I want to try butter chicken. Give it a go. See what you think. You should try vegetarian Indian food. It's just as good. I'm sure it's absolutely fantastic. But I like killing animals. No, I'll give it a go at some point. Jokes aside. And Leviticus Cornwall equals William Williamson. Yes. Best Red Dead Redemption 2 mission, in my opinion, is the one where John goes to Pronghorn Ranch. It's so badass. Pronghorn Ranch. Like, just rides to Pronghorn Ranch? The one where he's in the carriage and he's delivering things? Yeah, it's a nice little laid-back thing, but you've got to lock into 2 hours of linear gameplay after the fact. I know a guy named Ben Doven. I don't believe you. You just wanted to hear me say bend over. Well, joke's on you. I don't have enough shame for that. In your takeaways, do you have munchy boxes? What do you mean by munchy boxes? Like boxes full of scran? Because sometimes boxes are just a vessel for delivering food. I mean, there's a place near me that does like a absolute loaded box of scran, like rice, whatever. You can set it up yourself, so you can choose what's in there yourself, like the rice, the mains, the sides. It's all in a massive box. It's really cool. Well, not massive. It's just a crammed small box. It's just really cool. Pizza boxes rammed with pakora chips, doner meat, onion rings, etc. Oh yeah, you can definitely find places that do pizza boxes, but you open the box and it's just crammed with all kinds of scran. Yeah, there are loads of places like that. It depends where you are though. If you're out in the sticks and you're in a village, chances are good best you're going to get to chippy. But if you're in a town or if you're near a big city, there'll be everything you can imagine. Speaking of, I was up in Preston the other day, and following up on my Assassin's Creed Origins video, yes, Bayek of Siwa is still there. But while I was there, I tried a Taco Bell. Let me tell you, I have never walked away from a scrannery and thought, oh, that tasted like absolutely nothing. But Taco Bell genuinely tasted like solid nothing. But I presume that's because we're in the UK, you know. Like, I was there, it was there, I wanted to try it, see what happened. I did. I didn't dislike it because there was nothing to dislike. That's the problem. Did your stomach die? No, it was the tamest scran I've ever had. It was like eating solid water. McDonald's is more solid nothing than Taco Bell, lol. Yeah, McDonald's can be. It depends what you get, but it's not my preference in scrannery either. But I gave it a go. Just seems like you're eating a box. Taco Bell just seems like you're eating a box. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a bit like eating the box itself. Like, a mate of mine swore by it and said, yeah, it was nice when he tried it. So I went in there, I ordered what he said. It was called Volcano something, and I thought, that's going to be spicy. So I ate that. No spice whatsoever. So it's got a bit of a tang to it. Yes, it's the cheese. But the actual flavour was very muted, if that makes sense. And I thought, oh. At least, I mean, I'd probably go there again if it was the only option. But I wouldn't seek one out. At least not in the UK. Volcano Fire Arse. Something like that, Beale. Something like that, my slime. It's you, Beale. So this is my mate Jamie Derbyshire. He makes music. He's got him on his YouTube channel, Musics. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, Jamie Derbyshire. There, he makes musics. He posts the musics. He sings. We call him Beale. He sings. I'd just rather go to Greg's. I'm with you 100%, but I'm more of a greenhouses kind of man. I know that sounds sinful. But between a Greg's and a greenhouses, catch me in the greenhouses. Also, do you like my dog? Is that your profile picture? Yeah, it is a dog. It's a nice dog. Can't tell if it's alive, but it's a nice dog. Yeah. I'm sure, I mean, if the dog is living, I like the dog. I have musics, good, honest musics. Just get a Tesco meal deal. Yeah, but you got to try new things, you know? Like, I never tried a Taco Bell before. There was one right in front of me. What do you expect me to do? Walk across town to the Weatherspoons? No. I'm going to give it the go this once, see what it's like. And that's what I did. I do not understand what the fuss is about. Why are they wasting space in this country? Just looked at one of his. Sounds very good. I'll have a watch of a full song. Good shout. Love his voice. He is and good musician. I had a Wingstop recently. Another one I don't think is much special. Yeah, another place that people rave about, but I went in and didn't like, was like Wagamama's. Like, I went in there once and it was like, oh, your scram might arrive at a different time to everyone at the table. So that's great, but everyone's leaving and my food's only just arrived. You know, I get that they prepare things at different rates and whatnot, but the premise of it is they've given themselves a cop out for it, and no, not a big fan. Fishy, I meant your voice. Your voice is great for storytelling. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I do like telling stories with my voice. It's the only thing I have, really. Like, sometimes I have like a proper goofy voice, and sometimes I like to exaggerate my pronunciation of things for comedic effect. But I'm quite blessed with my voice, really, because I guess as I've used it for this purpose, it's naturally just become more about telling stories, you know, and being gravelly. That came out of nowhere as well. I've not had a Wagamama's before, and I'm not intrigued by it, really. Understandable. Understandable. I think that's the only reasonable thing I can say is, yeah, I understand. I wouldn't necessarily be particularly intrigued by it either. I wouldn't go back if given a different option. What do you think of BattleEye in GTA Online? What's BattleEye? Is that the anti-cheat software that doesn't detect cheats but will detect if you've installed mods on your single-player game? I think I've just summarised my thoughts on it in highlighting how it works. Your voice is very cool. Can be used for trailers for movies. In a world. No, I don't like when they use voices in trailers, unless it's like dialogue for films. Like, I don't like this, like, having to say the title. I think subtlety is an art in trailers, and I like the, but yeah, I don't think voiceovers for trailers. When will you get Sean Deitch to do voiceovers for you? I want to hear him say utter woke nonsense. I've got to be honest. I've seen that meme circulate so many times. I just want to hear him say it. Utter woke nonsense. What do you think of the Outlast lore? I'm sorry, I don't really know much about it, but I'm sure it has lore. His voice isn't gravelly enough for Deitch yet. Give me 10 years and a crippling nicotine abuse problem, and I'll get back to you. Fishy, I am your neighbour. I don't believe you. You might be. You might be. But you'll have to prove it. Just ideally not publicly. But Frosted Flakes. Thank you for joining us in the stream. Other than GTA 6, what games are you most excited for? Ghost of Yotei. I wouldn't say I'm excited for the Elder Scrolls 6, but I'm curious to find out more in about 10 years. I'd be curious to learn more about the Mass Effect game whenever that happens in like 10 years. But Ghost of Yotei, I'd say, is what I'm hugely excited for. You better pay your respect to the mighty green cigarette. All in good time. The mighty green cigarette. Why does I am your neighbour sound like a Darth Vader threat? No. I am your neighbour. How much do you think GTA 6 will make in the first day? Christ, I don't know. It will hit the ground running, fundamentally. But numbers, You're looking at silly numbers, really. So possibly. What about Mafia: The Old Country? I keep forgetting about that. It's similar to Mafia Definitive Edition, then it could have potential. Yes, as long as they make it as a modern game instead of remaking an old game and keeping it glued to how the old game worked. 936.65 million. What Sonny Roy said, I guess. I don't know. I'm not exactly a business expert in that respect. I wish I was, then I'd be able to tell you, but I'm not. Greetings from Spain. Are you hopeful at all for AC Shadows? I'm not subscribed to the to the rage surrounding it. I just thought I just don't necessarily understand where that's come from, but I don't know enough about Assassin's Creed Shadows to give an opinion as to whether or not I'm hopeful. I guess I'm neutral on it. It seems like a cool concept, and Assassin's Creed has always played around with history to an extent, but I can't say I've paid it much mind yet. I've still got to finish Mirage. I just not managed that. In Mafia, give us the option to be an arsehole gangster. I don't think GTA 6 will have a better story than Red Dead Redemption 2. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. I would say maybe not, but who knows? Only Rockstar. That is completely in Rockstar's control. We'll see what they do with it. Hello, I love your videos, man. I want to thank you for helping me sleep with your soothing voice. I play your videos when I'm about to sleep, and I can't help but fall asleep while the video is still on. I do sort of tailor my narration to that purpose, so I'm glad you are using the videos how they're intended to be used. I mean, I guess I like that sort of like chilled vibe in those videos. Fizhy, do you like Dragon Ball? I don't have an opinion either way. I guess I've never really seen it. But I do hope they stop with the bullshit linear mission structure in GTA 6. It will be there to an extent. There's only so many ways you can do a mission, but I reckon with Red Dead Redemption 2 they experimented with branching of pathways in particular missions to give you a little bit more liberty over how you approach something within the confines of still very limited mission structure, but for the purpose of having a narrative dense mission. I do think linearity is hard to avoid. I have no idea who you are or what you were talking about, but YouTube told me I should listen to you. That does appear to happen a lot, but welcome. Thoughts on Cyberpunk story? What ending did you get? I didn't. Not yet, anyway. I have to do a proper Cyberpunk playthrough. We'll see what happens. GTA 5 was just batshit crazy chaos. It feels like Black Ops 3 zombies of GTA. It was fine. It was a bit disjointed at times, but I mean, it was fine. So, hello from Germany. Hello to Germany. I quite like Germany. Germany's a nice country to be in. I've been to Germany a couple of times. I mean, I say that I've not explored it anywhere near adequately to say that I necessarily understand. But I've been legally within the wonderful nation of Germany twice. Having a difficulty scale wouldn't hurt, though. Rockstar games don't really have difficulty options. Yeah, but they are piss easy. I see what you mean, like hardcore mode for Red Dead Redemption, perhaps. You know, where instead of, when you pause the game, instead of it being red, it's like black and white, and everything's just a bit harder, but still quite easy. I mean, yeah, it might be interesting to have more difficulty in the mix. I'm in good old Canada. I've not been to Canada, however, I have been in Canadian territory. In Devon. What do you think of Astrobot? I haven't played it. I mean, I played the demo, but I haven't played Astrobot itself. I said I was going to do it and then didn't. My 11-year-old beat Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5. They are easy. Yeah, they're easy games. There are moments of getting your head around things, but once you got it, it's fine. Rockstar games are fun even if they are easy. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun games the way they are, but maybe there could be like a hardcore mode. I don't know. Every Rockstar games is too easy. It sucks for replayability. I don't know. I quite like replaying Rockstar games, but I mean, I don't necessarily go out of my way to look for a painful challenge. Some people do. Some people like a good challenge, and that would be nice. But for me, I like the fact that it's very much so a muck game, but done right. So it's easily accessible, it's easily approachable, but you can just sort of like land in and take the game in, you know. What's your favourite story from the GTA games? I'd say probably 4. Yeah, I like 4. I like 4's story. It's very fun. I remember doing the Battle of Shady Belle and immediately talked to Bill about Kieran, and he got, okay, I'll catch you later then. Like, there's a time and a place, Arthur. Yep. LA Noire was kind of difficult solving the cases with the correct answers, and so yeah, LA Noire had a very abstract approach to challenge. I quite liked playing LA Noire because you could get things wrong. And I love a game where you can get things wrong. And then the game just lets you continue. At times. GTA 4 isn't easy unless you use cheats. GTA 4 is easy enough when you take into consideration how the challenge is constructed is through the limitations of the checkpoints just not existing. So you die, you redo the mission. So I'd say GTA 4 isn't necessarily easy when compared to GTA 5, which is a lot easier. I'd say GTA 4, the gameplay itself it's just a slip-up's a little bit more punishing. Have you ever played Subnautica? No, I haven't actually. It's another game I said I would play and then just didn't. I'm very good at this. Shit, I need to play LA Noire. LA Noire is a good game. I recently tried replaying the Assassin's Creed games. I loved AC2 and the one with the pirates. The others are just collectathons. Some can be. I'd argue some are, some aren't. The recent ones, they're not necessarily collectathons anymore, but what they are instead isn't necessarily by default interesting. It's just that they've gone a different route, and the collectathon thing has been addressed to an extent. But there are some games that in the Assassin's Creed series that are just pure collectathons. Rogue, for instance. I have a soft spot for Rogue, but it's the poster child for that problem. Hello, Raj. The state came by and afterward took my pet chicken on allegations of choking him. I'd never. Indeed. Unpopular opinion, AC Rogue is the best Assassin's Creed game. I wouldn't go that far, but I wouldn't say it's one of the worst. I quite liked it. If GTA 4 released in 2013 instead of 2008, it would have been received much better and would get the proper respect it deserves from the fan base. I think GTA 4 sees a lot of respect from the fan base. I mean, I don't know the fan base all that well because I just sort of like approach things as an individual, do my thing, but I really like GTA 4. I really enjoy playing it. They changed AC to compete with Witcher. Also playing Rogue at the moment. See, it's catharsis, Rogue. You can fire it up. You know you're just going to go around booting open chests, but you still play it because it's catharsis. Yeah, liked and subbed. Very, very nice of you, Chris. Very nice of you, sir. Have you ever been interested in the God of War franchise? We'd love to see you make videos about it. I played the God of War and God of War Ragnarok. They were alright. They were good. What's that thing with the springs next to you? Is an incredibly dusty mic arm. It's got a microphone on it. But it doesn't support its weight anymore. I might as well just have the thing on the table. So yeah. I agree Rogue was the best one. Story was really good. Like a better version of Revenge of the Sith. Okay. I mean it's going to take me a while to figure out the logic, but Rogue's decent. It's got moments. GTA 4, even on mobile, has a way to get rich. Horse racing, betting by the highway. Save if you win. Load save if you lose. Excellent. What's your opinion on the Hitman series? I too love hitting men. I mean, I like Hitman. It's got the... See, the thing is, I can't help but think, you know, when the idea of Hitman is sort of partial inspiration for where Assassin's Creed got its black box missions from, or indeed the Hitman games just sort of show where a black box setup can go. Like, it shows you, you know, you're sort of like given an objective and you're given 1,000,002 opportunities you've got to find, and you just sort of find a ridiculous way to kill your target. That's Hitman. Have you played Darksiders? Opinions? I haven't. See, the more times people ask have I played something and I have to answer no, the more I realise I fundamentally suck at this. But yeah, I haven't. It's another one to give a go. So I've got That's the worst use of a mic stand I've ever seen. Yeah, it's pretty pagged, but hey, it still works as a table here, and it supports the weight to a point, just not this point. Am I a nerd for knowing every line in Revenge of the Sith? I mean, you've definitely seen it a lot, but hey, if you enjoy it, who can take that from you, you know? Have you tried the Battlefield games? Yes. Yes, I have at least played the Battlefield games. Hitman Plus Dishonored. Finding fucking insane ways to kill people. Yes. My favourite thing about both those games is finding an absurd way to kill people. Pardon me for asking, but do you think AC3 should have exclusively been about Desmond? No. No, it wouldn't work. It's got to have that historical aspect. There's a bunch of games I just don't play. I'm kind of specific with my games. I play Rockstar games and RPG, open world games mostly. Yeah, I'm quite specific with games. Have you played Thief? I have played... Oh, the reboot Thief. I played that. And I also remember playing Thief Deadly Shadows when I was significantly younger. I was no good at it, but I do remember it. Hello, Cyberboy. What's good, lad? Hail, you beautiful beings. I hope you are doing well today, Fishy, at chat. Yeah, I hope you're doing well as well, Nemesis of Eden. It's good to see you. Are you making music? That stuff on the wall next to you looks like a poor man's attempt at sound treating. It's more the fact that it used to be alright. It used to be alright. I mean, it was always just for this corner to sort of like eliminate echo. For the purpose of recording audio, it didn't work very well. I've got a fan under here now that you can probably hear as well. That probably won't help. But I keep picking at it. So now it looks shit. But I'm here for like hours and hours. I've got to do something, so I just start ripping it to pieces. Expectations from the new Assassin's Creed game? Non-existent. I picked at mine too. What happened to the History channel? It's still going. We posted on it recently, actually. For the first time in like 6 months. We posted about Tay Bridge in Dundee. It was fun. I didn't go up there, but Connor did. And, you know, I edited the video. It was alright. But yeah, Tay Bridge. Yeah, that's the video done. I've got some more ideas for the History channel. But I don't want to just post shit on there. Like I want the videos on there to be videos that I want to make, if that makes sense. Otherwise, what's the point? It's crack for the mind picking that stuff. Yes, Cyberboy, it absolutely is. See that? It talks to me now. It's telling me to do crimes. I could be sat here and I could ask for a second opinion. Yes. If you could simulate any game in real life, which game would you pick? What do you mean simulate? Try completing Sekiro. It's a rare achievement I achieved recently. Have you ever played the Halo franchise? Yes. I don't know why that was a hard question to answer. I played the Halo games. Quite like Halo. What's the History channel called? Decades. It's got like 25,000 subscribers. It's a picture of me and Connor Jones. Yeah, 25.9. I just want... 26 apparently. Where'd the rest of them come from? When'd that happen? When'd that happen? That's cool. That's pretty cool. I've got to post on there more often because I love making videos for that channel because I get to get out in the world and pretend to be a functioning human for a few hours. It's lovely. Also, get in the car Friday, brother. I shall come up soon and consume a beer with you. Oh, I look forward to it, Cyberboy. Yeah, just give me a shout. When you've got the car, and yeah, just head on up. We'll grip a beer. We'll christen your car in beer. It'll be done. Oh God, probably gonna cry when I get home after we lose to Wraith tonight. Sad times. Well, at least you will get home to cry. We can wear a farmer's hat and do it properly. That we can. Bythan, please give Hang on. Adrionians. I need to figure out how to pronounce that. Hang on. Oh. 10th in the Scottish Championship, you say? Right. I will be rooting for Adrionians. I need to figure out how to pronounce that. How do I pronounce that? I want to get it right. Hang on. How to pronounce Adrionians. Because I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Because it says how to pronounce it correctly. So there's going to be a way. Do I have to listen to it? Do I have to listen? Oh, there's a video here. It's pronounce names. Hang on, let's figure it out. From Pronounce Names, the YouTube channel with 274,000 subscribers. Hang fire. I do not wish to violate their copyright for 30 seconds. I'm going to listen to this. One minute. That just sounded like exactly how I said it. You've shaved and didn't even talk to me about it. Look, when you're there and you're trying to eat scran, and half of it's coming off in your beard, you know there's a problem. So you got to sort of shave sometimes, you know, and that's unfortunately my reality. Because my beard is just, it gets crazy, it gets long, and it pisses me off. Frankly, I don't actually like having a massive beard. It's just I can embrace the beard for a bit. Or I can shave and have a sore face and then a day later have a beard as well. You know, so... Yeah, beard snacks for later. Yeah, it's an ecosystem though. Unless you understand how it feels to be perpetually stuck with the aroma of a pot noodle for a solid week, you don't understand what I mean. I like the shaved look. I like the trimmed, personally. I don't like clean shaven because I look 12. I don't even get ID'd when I'm clean shaven anymore. That's the shame, really. But I do look 12 without the beard. But I don't like long beard necessarily. I like a nice sort of youthful scruff. I don't mind a 5 o'clock shadow, but a full beard is something I'm not a fan of. As long as it's kept, it's all right. But I've gone full beard, and it's just really hard to work with. Yeah, you shave it off, you wake up the next day with a beard again, and a sore face. That's the problem. I know that aroma. Don't ask how I know. I believe you. It is a very distinct odor, that lingering pot noodle. That's why I only rock a goatee like a small one. Well, I have a bit of a crossbite, so if I had a goatee, you'd notice a severe difference between this side of my face and that one if I just had a goatee. So I've got to have the sides there. They balance out the face. But I don't necessarily like a long beard because the long beard just looks absurd. I just look like a mountain man. I look like I swear I just saw a Yeti. And that's no good. Why are you guys talking about beard? Welcome to my stream. We talk about these things. It's a comforting 15 minutes of self-care. Clean shaved is nice if you ritualize it. Yes, I suppose it is. I suppose it can be nice if you dedicate some time to it. But I mean, I don't have the time in the day in every day to clean shave. I quite like having the scruff, as it turns out, so I just go with it. What part of the country are you from, Fishy? I'm from Devon. I live in Greater Manchester. The fact that you don't have a beard oil sponsor yet is criminal. I don't show my face enough, I think. I think if I showed my face more in my videos, they'd probably still find somebody with a more impressive beard, let's be real. But I'd stand a better chance. Fishy with a goatee would be scary. Yeah. Because it would just be this bit. Like, the rest of it would be non-existent. It needs to be the full thing for me. I usually rock a beard to deal with our Canadian winters, but as soon as spring hits, it's gone. Understandable. Gotta keep your chin nice and warm. But yeah, drop a beard lore video sorted. The history of beards on decades. I don't know if I'd watch that video, so I don't know why I'd make it, but it would be interesting. Get the AC Syndicate villain beard. What, Crawford Starrick? Isn't that just like a mustache? Hello, Charlie. How you doing? Fishy is not scary. He's a cute, cuddly man that is never anything but friendly. Thank you, Charlie. I haven't seen you in years. How's your Christian dad? Hello, Bailey. How you doing, man? Keep your chin up and covered. Shame I just trimmed mine up. Excellent. My girlfriend won't let me shave and have only a mustache. To be fair, I dread showing up at my girlfriend's house with a mustache. because that would not end well. Oh God, a mustache and a bald head. I am. They call me Lord. No. Oh, it would not. I don't know how it would go. Gonna get the chopper on you, lad. That's amazing. And yeah, Christian Dad is all good. Buying house at the moment, scary times. Yeah, that thought terrifies me too. You buying a nice abode? You having a good time looking for an abode, or is it all frightening? I once met Fizhy in the street and he mugged me. Yeah, that's true. I absolutely did. I'm not sorry for my actions. Your wallet was graciously accepted. What's a language you always wanted to learn? Oh, I don't know. I guess a language. I mean, I've started learning German. I quite like German. German's an interesting language. So that's. Will I ever be fluent? God knows. Scouse. That's another good one. It may as well be its own language at this point. Are you looking forward to Fable? It's been delayed today. Wait, what? Fable's been delayed? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. When's it delayed till? $2026. Oh well, if it makes for a better game. I guess I'll cover that at some point and then talk about it. If you know, because ultimately, I am into Fable. I love Fable. I don't know if there's some footage of the game here. Oh wow, there's footage of it. Fighting a giant chicken. Or is it a big cock? There's Hobbs. Cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll give that a look. Got a terrace in Chester, still horrid and scary, too expensive. Yeah, that's Chester for you, isn't it? But I don't mind Chester, it's a nice place to be. Let it be delayed, man. God knows you're going to be disappointed when it comes out, probably, but hey, I don't have expectations galore as such. But no, that is a shame to hear it's been delayed, but I'm sure it's for a good reason. I was almost certain it was going to be, but it's because of GTA 6, I bet. Yeah, but that's tempting sod's law. If you delay something because GTA 6 might be coming out at the back end of 2025, you're just going to guarantee that Rockstar will delay it just to fuck you in the backside. I don't think they'd do it expressly for that purpose, but if they have a reason, you know. Did you know that the actor who plays Cesare Borgia plays Barnabas from Odyssey? Yeah, he plays like a character in every Assassin's Creed game ever, doesn't he? Can you do a Cheshire Cat smile, please? What's that? What even is that? I don't know what that is. What's going on here? Somebody's sending me something again. It keeps happening. Cool. Speaking of Syndicate, remember I showed you the cane sword I got the other day? Thinking of doing a Jacob Fry cosplay now. Assassin Christmas coming early this year. That sounds cool. Yeah, definitely do it. Hello, Paul. Do a serial killer smile. I don't know. What do serial killers look like when they kill people? I've never looked in a mirror when I've murdered someone. Fishy, have you played Dial of Destiny? What's your thoughts on VOT? Do you mean Dial of Destiny with the film? Do you not mean The Great Circle, which is arguably a weak title? I have played The Great Circle. I quite enjoyed The Great Circle. I just wish it had a more compelling title. Serial killer smile is your normal smile. Well, thank you very much, Charlie. I'm off to make some pasta, but I'll message you later. Take care of yourself, Cyberboy. I look forward to receiving the message. It better be a 4K image of the largest, girthiest pickle. I don't know where I was going with that, but it worried me the moment I'd started. Take care. Did you play AC Mirage in your own time, and what are your thoughts? I played a bit of it, actually. I picked it up secondhand, and I played a bit of it, and while it's fundamentally Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's got a lot going for it. You know, I wouldn't say it's got enough going for it for me to say it's groundbreaking, and its entire purpose is it reverts to basics. If celebrating returning to basics is enough in a series, you've gone severely off track. But there you go. Have you played Forza? Depends on which one, but I'm sure I've played at least one once. Play No Man's Sky. I've at least played that before, but back before it was fixed, so to speak. Have you played any From Software games? I've played bits and bats of the odd one here and there. My mate Aidan, who I run Decades with, along with Connor, he's big into like From Software's games, and yeah, he suggested I give X, Y, and Z games a try, and I have done. And I'm no good at them, but there's a nice gratification to how reliable the mechanics are. Oh my God, Cyberboy's actually sent me a GIF of a pickle. You know. Thoughts on Xbox exclusive coming to PlayStation? If Microsoft want to do that, then that's their right, I suppose. I don't understand why they would, but I'm not going to complain. And sorry, I burped there. Not needing an Xbox. Are you going to do more videos like the GTA type of vids with the boys? If there's a market for it, yeah, absolutely. If that's the kind of content you want to see, then down the line, who knows? Maybe I'll dive back into Red Dead Online or Red Dead Redemption 1 multiplayer, GTA 4 multiplayer, and explore the actual game modes if we can figure out how they work, or indeed continue with the GTA Online saga of Mr. Seatbelt, who later became renamed Mr. Business. If that's the type of thing you'd be interested in, absolutely. Fizhy, I found your channel because of Red Dead Redemption 2. Do you have any more Red Dead Redemption 2 content coming up? Yeah, I've got a couple ideas I'd like to work on, but I sort of save them for when, like, last ditch at this point to tide us over, because I know we're in, like, a low power mode till GTA 6. Like, I don't want to necessarily spunk out all of the Red Dead Redemption 2 ideas I have, and then be left with no last ditch effort to get the algorithm back on side. Unfortunately, that's the cutthroat business of YouTube. But I do have a couple of ideas that I'd like to work on. I want to do like a proper analysis of Arthur Morgan himself. I know it's probably not a hugely original idea, but I do think I have value to add to that video. That video idea, if I did it, sorry. So I'd like to do it. James Lasers, of course, believes Xiao Yun should have been protagonist of AC3. Any thoughts on that? Not really. I mean, cool, maybe. It would have made sense narratively off the back of Embers, but they didn't go that way in the end. Assassin's Creed 3 is an entirely different game as a result, and I don't think the American Revolution was a bad setting for it. I quite like the setting of Assassin's Creed 3. I wasn't too sold on Connor as a character. I do understand Connor as a character to an extent, but I don't think he was necessarily compelling. I quite liked the American Revolution as a backdrop, though. And Xiao Yun wouldn't have been there. I want to see you play For Honor, to be honest. I'm sure I've played it before, actually. Not for long, but I'm sure I've played it before. AC Valhalla is trash. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a weird one. It's a good game that sabotages itself at every turn, and for the confines of the franchise is so unfocused it hurts, but when you just play it as an individual game, you go, this is fine. Yeah, it's fine. AC3 setting reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2. It was more Red Dead 1 that it reminded me of, but I see what you mean. What do you think of the Rockstar Games launcher? I don't understand why every game company ever needs its own independent launcher, but Rockstar Games launcher is quite simple and works, so it's better than most. Have you made a Red Dead Redemption 2 video covering the fall-off of Van Horn? The fall-off of Van Horn? The fall-off of Van Horn? Sorry? Is Red Dead Redemption one of the... Oh, you mean the sort of like decline of the town? No, I haven't. Is Red Dead Redemption one of the greatest game series you've ever played, in your opinion? If they made a third one and it was up there, then yes. At the moment, it's just a two-part story that I really like. It's one of the best two-part stories. But for it to be a series, there needs to be more to it than that, and there isn't right now. Hello, Ethan, you sexy beast. Hello, Jack. Yes, that is you. Jack, the Welsh one. Hello. You could do a video discussing the lore behind Emerald Ranch and its violent owner and a daughter. I think I already have. That's the thing. If I'm retackling any Red Dead 2 videos, there needs to be more to it than just because I want to do the video better. Because then I could just recycle the same ideas until the end of time. And that, once I've justified it once, there's no stopping, you know. But who knows? I think you mean how Van Horn became a place with no laws. I assume we're on the same page with that. Maybe. I don't know why it would be that way, but it is that way, and it would be interesting to find out why. But I don't actually know why. I don't even think it's elaborated as to why. If it is, then yeah, maybe. Do you think all games should be on Steam, like console? No, I think there's got to be some capitalism occurring, because if everything, because who are Valve to own the monopoly on game launches in the end of the day? I mean, to be fair, there are worse people who could have such a thing, but Steam is great. I like Steam, but some game launchers are fine. I don't mind having a few in rotation. I don't like having a launcher for every single company under the sun. You know. 3's development period was only 2 or 3 years, so that explains a few things. It was back in a time when that was more common, though. Valhalla's problem was it put being a Viking above being an assassin instead of alongside it. Yeah, it did. And then when you went into the cities, specifically I want to say Jorvik, the assassinations were just like a rehash of Assassin's Creed 1 assassinations, but worse. Like, they were meant to be paying tribute to the first 3 assassinations of that game, but it was just those assassinations, but worse. And while that made for a good arc, condensed, at face value, that is what it is, you know. I might be mistaken, but in Rogue, Shay killed Arno's father, and I hoped for an awesome story with Shay and Arno in Unity, but in those games, the father was killed by some random dude. It was Shay. Shay did kill Charles Dorian, but I'd assume he went back to America after that, so Arno's got a hell of a voyage on his hands if he's to take on Shay. The reason I think the premise of Arno's story isn't a revenge-driven one. It's I don't think he's actually that plussed by the death of his father, aside from one sequence. But yeah, it's there. Looking forward to May, my son. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to May. It'll be a good time. Had to pirate Alan Wake 2 because it wasn't available on Steam. I don't condone piracy. I don't condone it. I've just got to say that because you just told me that you've committed a crime. But okay. Fishy, can you play Outlast 2? I'm not big on horror. Like, I like horror elements, but I don't like horror games. Like if the purpose of the game is horror, it's probably not for me. Because there's no subtlety to it. It's just gore and shock and chases and tight world spaces with particular gameplay that doesn't appeal to me. Piracy is illegal. If caught, JK, don't break the law. You should go as Magic Jackson. Do you believe Ubisoft will ever expand on those menu games in AC Unity, specifically the bottom 3 about Roman Assassin, Jazz Assassin, the Jazz Assassin? I hope so. But no, I don't. But we want to see you get scared. Yeah, you might, but I don't need heart problems in my old age. Control is a hidden sequel to Alan Wake. Yes, it is. Sort of. It's isn't the entire like mindfuck trilogy that is Alan Wake, Control, and Quantum Break or something? Aren't they all supposed to be like vaguely the same universe? But or is it just Alan Wake and Control? Either way, I like those games. I quite like Control. I quite like the first Alan Wake game. I haven't played much of Alan Wake 2. I think they've gone more for the but they have gone more for the horror idea, haven't they? So that's no surprise. Hey man, greetings from Germany. Greetings to Germany. I quite like Germany. We had this conversation earlier. Someone else said greetings from Germany. I said I quite like Germany. I've been a couple of times. It's nice. Yeah, I quite like Germany. Everything makes sense with the beers. The beers make sense to me. Ever watched Breaking Bad? Better Call Saul? No, I can't say I have. I know it sounds like a sin, a monumental sin, but it ain't my thing. Probably should be, but I just never given it the time of day. Maybe I need to. You should stream Far Cry 2. Malaria Simulator was a great and criminally underrated game. Malaria Simulator. Very big sin. Indeed. Oh, indeed. It is a sinful crime. So let's have a look. See, Fable. So Fable's been delayed till 2026. That's peak. I need to learn more about this. Oh shit. It just keeps playing. random Fable music. Let's go to the Fable official Twitter account. See, I don't like using Twitter for much, but when it comes to game news, it's still pretty useful. They've not said anything. Where's this Fable information coming from? Where is this Fable information? I need to figure it out now. I'm curious. Fable delayed to 2026. Microsoft reveals brand new pre-alpha gameplay. That's all there is. Okay. Have you watched Mr. In Between? What's Mr. In Between? I think you could be a great voice actor, particularly for historical games. I've not got the slightest clue with acting. I remember getting a cameo in like a podcast sort of thing, like storytelling thing, like an audio episode for the promotion of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like I got a cameo in that, and the guy who was sort of like coaching me through it. It was very polite. He was very kind, and he was very good at sort of helping me get it right, or get it as right as me, an untrained idiot, could. But I could tell he was thinking, this guy's fucking dog, man. But yeah, no, I'm no actor. But hey, if somebody came to me and said, hey, do you want to do a cameo in this or that, you know, just for the shits of it, I probably would say yeah. I probably would. But it's not necessarily a career I'd pursue. It's crazy how much hate Unity got back in the day, and now people look back and realising that things weren't so bad back then. Yeah, the bugs were never the issue with Unity. The issue with Unity is it fundamentally lacks substance. Like, if you steamroll the story, there is nothing there. Like, it's one mission sequences, 1-2 mission sequences, there's nothing going on. You have to actively engage in a lot of the auxiliary things for the game to feel fleshed out. And the problem is a lot of those auxiliary things aren't fleshed out themselves, so you just find yourself consuming a blanket of filler. And Unity is a flashy game. It's got great parkour. The combat is fairly purposeful. I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but it is purposeful. And the animations are great, and visually it's all right. You know, visually it's good. But when it comes to the actual narrative, it's like it's skipping over everything, purely so you can have the co-op bit. And granted, the co-op was pretty cool, but not at the expense of the main story. Isn't The Witcher like Game of Thrones a bit? I don't know. I don't think so. It's its own universe. It's got its own rules. Game of Thrones is its own universe and has its own rules. There are swords and there are politics, and that's kind of about where the similarities continue. There are lots of similarities. You're probably right. But they do diverge. I'd love to see a Mayan Assassin's Creed game. Yeah, it could be interesting. Trying so hard to play Valhalla. The horse riding after Red Dead Redemption 2 just makes the world feel lifeless. You just follow the road. New game idea. Red Dead Contemption with cats, outlaw cats. Well, Fishy, you elusive trickster. How the hell are you, mate? I've never caught you live before. Been watching your channel since the beginning, mate. Hope you're well. Are you buying AC Shadows? Not right away. And maybe second hand down the line. But I'm not finished Mirage yet. So I can't go skipping to Shadows. Look, I definitely have moved past that phase where I was like, I don't really want to buy any future Assassin's Creed thing. Like, at this point, who cares? It's a game. But I definitely am still separated from my passion for the series as it used to be. I've moved beyond it, but maybe one day I'll play it. Maybe one day I'll finish Mirage and do a video on that. I'll do that first either way. That has to be done. And yeah. I'm hoping I see Outlaw Nature in the chat. Yeah, he was sound. Fishy isn't buying AC Shadows because he already stole it out of the back of a warehouse. Exactly. That's bang on. Best Assassin's Creed YouTuber ever, by the way. Thank you very much. I don't necessarily think that's true personally. There are many creators in the Assassin's Creed space who definitely outclass anything I ever did with the series. But I appreciate your kind words. Are you secretly a COD sweater? No. I've been watching some of the Red Dead Redemption 2 secrets on this channel, and it's been very helpful. It makes me understand the game secrets even more. Well, I'm glad you got some value out of those videos. That is, after all, the main thing. If one person gets value from it, it feels really good to hear about. So, thank you very much for putting up with me and watching them. You're rather multi-fandom, correct? What does multi-fandom mean? I don't focus being part of multiple fan bases at one time. I hate the word fandom. I don't like the word. I don't know what it is. It just fan base exists in the dictionary. But I just sort of keep to myself. I engage with people who engage with me, I guess. I don't necessarily go out of my way to engage with any fan base, but I engage with people who have common interests through posting the content, and you know. But I like to keep to myself because it's just so much nicer. Which game has the most toxic fan base in your opinion? Oh, I don't know. I don't know all of them. I'd imagine CS:GO probably, but I don't know that firsthand, so I couldn't tell you that. It used to be like the Elder Scrolls and things like that, but since I think I started understanding the lore a little bit, people have become more lenient with me, and I realised I was just being a fucking idiot. So the fan base has become far less toxic as a result of me being far less stupid, which I quite like. But I couldn't tell you. Assassin's Creed's always had a weird one at times. Not everyone, not even most people, but there is like this fringe of morality, and I made the error of once getting involved with that, and you know, I think and it just became like a headbutting contest between fighting each other because it's easier than headbutting Ubisoft and their microtransactions. But you know, but there's no toxic fan bases. There's just toxic individuals. Like the fan base itself will be fine. Rockstar Games has that same issue. Any fan base ever has that issue of there are toxic fringes of people, but it's the individuals, it's not the fan base. I had the most toxicity in GTA Online personally. Well, that's where you find all the children. So it's going to happen. You know what has a weird fan base? Overwatch. I don't play it, so I couldn't tell you. I can only give you first-hand experience. But I've not played Overwatch to tell you that. Have you seen your mate Tyler Kickbox? Yeah, he's good. He's good. I've seen him do some battering and stuff like that. Valorant's another game I haven't played to tell you about, but I have heard things. But it's all individuals. Remember this. For Honor has to be up there. Yeah, if it's online based, there's a lot of communication, so you're naturally going to hear the horror stories. CS:GO is dead. It's CS2 now, and that's where a lot of people of interest play it. So governments all over the world have jobs where you just play CS2. Is that because people actually organise naughty business through Counter-Strike? I get toxicity in GTA Online just because of my crew tag. That happens to the best of us. What's your crew tag? So, because now I feel like there's probably some obvious message in there. Ever read the Ezio novels? You mean the ones written by Oliver Bowden? Or under the pen name Oliver Bowden, but it's actually like Anton Gill or something. I think that's his name. Anton Gill. I want to say his name's Anton Gill. But he goes... crew tag is just trans. So you sort of like bait people out with that one a little bit, and then you bait the nasty pieces of work out. Because one of these things I don't really get about this current world is everyone has to have an opinion about absolutely everything. I just don't get it. I remember COD on 360 had toxic people, but again, all kids. Look, it's individuals, it's not fan bases, it's always individuals. Fishy, you are one handsome chap, I must say, but you are looking homeless today. Yeah, but I'm in a house. Or at least what's left of one. It's rubble. Bomb went off outside. No bait is my crew, I hate bait. Fair enough, gotcha. Don't get me started on the Red Dead Online individuals. Happens. Well, there's people, there's toxic. It's just the way it is. People, in the way the world is currently set up, especially the online world, there is a certain rise that you can get uniquely out of baiting people out. And You can sort of, if you give a very inflammatory opinion, chances are good somebody's going to see it. And so people just give inflammatory opinions because everyone wants their 10 minutes of fame. And the end result is nobody's communicating from a good place. So that's why I don't communicate with people on Twitter very much. If they're talking about something that I'm interested in and I'm just giving my opinions, cool. Or maybe I'll tweet something completely nonsensical every once in a while. But when I see so many tweets on there, and indeed on Threads, which is the Instagram equivalent for those who realised Twitter was a bad idea the first time, it's just no point engaging with bullshit, because people aren't communicating from a place of good intentions to begin with. They're just spouting opinions they probably don't hold themselves for the purpose of getting your engagement. Do you have a plan to go to Tahiti? I have no clue. You look like you're in a game. I don't feel like I'm in a game. I don't care about people's opinions. It's their own free will to have opinions. Yes, that's true. Yeah, it is. It's ultimately, it's just, I don't engage with people's opinions on websites if I don't know them. Because, unless you came to my chat and gave me an opinion there and I thought it was an interesting perspective, then we'd have a back and forth. But the reason is, it's just a lot of people will communicate things they don't mean for the purpose of pulling people out the woodwork to argue with them. We need a DLC expansion to your beard at some point. At some point. It'll just grow on its own. But I don't like long beards very much. The reason why I save myself from shaving it so often is otherwise I'd just be losing a battle. And it's better to just spend my time doing other things than having a sore face and a beard at the same time, because it grows that quickly. DLC beard should be named Beard Power. Twitter is awful. Reading anything besides the news you're interested in is a waste of time and very draining. Yeah, but if I go to Twitter, I promise you nothing that I'm interested in will show up. It's just purely Elon Musk tweeting, even though I've got his account muted, because he just talks bollocks and everything else. It's like, I don't care. I don't want to know about the politics in America. It's not my world to be a part of. But nonetheless, it's just nonsense, pure nonsense being fired at you from every angle. And random people I don't follow, and the people I do follow are repressed in that algorithm. So what's the point in following people on Twitter then? So Twitter has completely lost the plot, and that's okay. It's not. It's good if you look up specific keywords, but that's all you can do. Ethan Son, what are your thoughts on the whole Oblivion thing then? Well, what the Oblivion remake rumours? I don't know. Fishy, I live in America and I don't care for politics. You see? You're what we call sensible. I mean, it's good to pay mind to the politics if they affect you. And it's America. The saying goes, when America sneezes, the entire world catches a cold. So it does affect the world to an extent. But that's not necessarily a left-right battle. That is an Americans like oil battle. What are your thoughts on Marvel Rivals? Don't know much about it. Sky Oblivion. Sky Oblivion looks fascinating. I've been paying some attention to that for years now. I do look forward to finding out more about that. Well, there's lots to know about it, but I look forward to finding out when they actually want to drop it. I hope Ghost of Yotei keeps a good and balanced connection to Jin and Tsushima. I mean, it's based like 300 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima, isn't it? So there's only so much you're going to get out of it. I gave the Fallout London mod a go a couple of days ago, and it's quite good. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Fallout London is a good mod. Have you played an old gen game, Xbox 360, PS3, called Binary Domain? I've heard of it, which is weird for me, but I'm sure I've heard of that. I couldn't tell you if I've played it. Oh, the cover art I recognise as well, but I still couldn't tell you if I have played it. You know what? I'm going to have to apologise and say I don't know. So we'll err on the side of no. But we used to go to like Game and pick up second-hand games at discounted prices on a regular basis. So I picked up loads of games that way. Mass Effect, Fable, all sorts. You know, that's sort of how I found the games that I like. Anyway, Fishy, I should go now. Take care. It's been fun. Take care, Sonny Roy. It's been great fun. Also, I didn't notice before. Victor, what's good, lad? I need to build a new PC. Mine is so outdated now. Mine's getting outdated, but it's more so that it's not compatible with Windows 11 somehow that I don't understand. So I guess I'll have to get a fresh PC build, probably in time for GTA 6 and stuff like that. But hey, I was probably going to do that anyway, so it'll be fine. Being from London, playing Fallout looks similar to real life London. Yes, there's no way to tell. There was a comedian. There's a clip from like a comedian who made a joke that the reason why there were no nuclear tests in Peckham is because you couldn't tell the difference or something. What are your PC specs? Well, oh god, now I've got to remember. It's an i9-9900K, 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM, Corsair Vengeance I want to say, for whatever difference it makes, 1000 watt PSU, and an RTX 2080 Ti. It's done me fine thus far. You look like a RuneScaper. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult, so I will take it neutrally. I'm doing alright. Been bouldering and rock climbing the last year. Love it. Sounds great fun, man. Sounds like a good laugh. Remember me mentioning Dragon's Dogma in conversation? I still think you should check that out. So I got a spare copy. I'll give it to you, mate. Yeah, much appreciated, man. I'll give it a go. It's an insult. Yeah, I'll take it as that. I don't really care. Where do you get the Switch to if you saw some more information about it? Oh, I've never been one for the Switch. I once bought a Nintendo Switch for my nephew and niece, but I don't own a Nintendo Switch myself. I only come here to insult my favourite Red Dead Redemption YouTuber. Somebody's got to do it. Wait, so are you blonde or brunette? Well, I don't think "et" is accurate considering I have a penis. But no, I am in tactical removal services at the moment. I have no. I think it's just. I think it's just. It used to be fairer than it is, but it is what it is, you know. Do you think Rockstar will ever release a Red Dead Redemption 2 PS5 version? You'd hope so, but I don't know. Fishy, are you blonde or Bruno Mars then? Well, I just showed you. I think blonde is probably more accurate. But eventually it will be gone, and it will not make a difference. Do you think Rockstar will ever release a Red Dead Redemption... Sorry, I read that. Bold. Bold. Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't need a PS5 version, just run at 60 FPS. Yeah, that's probably about all it would need. I don't know, I don't want to see Rockstar waste resources on previous titles more than they already do. So, howdy from Arizona. I enjoyed the GTA 4 online video the other day. Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers. That was yesterday, actually, wasn't it? So yeah, when I'm done with this stream, I'll probably have to do a video on the Fable stuff, because I like Fable. Yeah, on the Fable news, but we'll see what there actually is. Buying GTA 6 on release day? Yeah, probably. I mean, there's content I want to make on that game, so it's probably going to happen. I'm sure we'll get more GTA 6 leaks before it's out. Yeah, I won't pay attention to the leaks, purely because I look forward to news. In fact, GTA 6 is trending right now. What's going on? I'm a bit confused. Oh, it's just the same bullshit as always. Do you know GTA San Andreas had an online mode? I did not know that. Red Dead Redemption 2 already looks so great. We certainly don't need any graphical enhancements. Just 60 FPS per golden. To be honest, I'm actually rather wholesome by be chatting with you, Ethan. Yeah, I do like a good chat. Would be cool if GTA 6 had no PvP damage lobbies like GTA 4 had. That would be nice. Trailer 2 this weekend? No. What makes you say that it's this weekend? Or possible this weekend? I don't know. I think I actually don't know. I couldn't tell you. You'd think they'd announce something soon, but how soon is up to them. What games have you been waiting to make content on? Well, obviously Grand Theft Auto 6, Ghost of Yotei. Any game that isn't out yet, Fable, that just got delayed till next year, which is peak. Otherwise, I guess I have all the tools I need, but I just have to find the time to do it on the other games that. Now, only Rockstar game I'm actually interested in right now is Bully 2. I actually don't think that GTA 6 is going to be that good. It probably will be fine. Depends what your expectations are. If you keep them grounded, then the game won't disappoint, but logically. And Rockstar aren't going to throw it in the rubbish for the sake of an online mode. Well, they might, but the point is they're not going to throw it in. They're not going to absolutely sabotage themselves by making a bad game when they want it to break records. They're just not. Will you make Batman Arkham lore videos? Probably not. Arkham games are interesting to me, but I like them as games. Are there any people that you look up to, Ethan? Everyone has somebody they look up to. Me, I like to keep my inspiration close to the chest. But I don't know. I don't know in the content creator space. Well, there are channels out there that I look at and I go, these channels are fantastic. I suppose them. Me, Oliver. He looks up to me. Possibly. GTA will always be inferior than Red Dead Redemption games. I understand. What inspires you? At the moment, like I said, I'm in low power mode, not a right lot. I guess I guess not starving to death helps. I look up to everyone being short. Understandable. I look in both directions, being bang average in vertical dimensions. You listen to Linkin Park at all? Random, but it's my favourite band. Like, not really. No, I'm more. It's extremes with me. It's either orchestra or drum and bass, and that's about it. Do you think GTA 6 will be delayed? I think there's a good possibility, but I am not an expert. I'm not an insider. I don't know the first thing about what's going on behind the scenes with Grand Theft Auto 6 as to give you an educated answer to that question. I know that Rockstar games in the past, like GTA 4, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm quite certain all of them had at least one announced delay. I might be wrong on that. Quite certain I am because I haven't researched it. But I do know that GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2 have had a delay in their anticipation period, as to the point where I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know enough about what's going on behind the scenes to say yes and no. Fan of punk music? Not really. Drum and bass. Oh my god, somebody laughed at my joke. Fuck yes, usually my jokes suck. Well, my jokes suck as well, to be honest. But it's okay. I still make them. They amuse me. And that's the main thing. Did you cry at the Red Dead Redemption 2 ending? I was certainly moved. Emotionally. And physically. Right. Okay, here's the crack. I've been going for 2 hours. I didn't intend to go for that long. We've had a good laugh. We've had great conversations, and you've all been absolutely fantastic to talk to. When do you think The Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be released? The week after my funeral. Nah, I reckon... it's been 7 years since they announced the fucking thing. They recently addressed it for a bidding war. Another 7 years? Yeah, 2032. Go on then, 21 years after Skyrim. There you go. Dude, I cried at the end of Red Dead and I'm not afraid to admit it. Understandable. It's a very moving scene. I'm sure I shed a tear or something, but I couldn't tell you. Anyway, I am actually going to end the stream now and pay some attention to this Fable rumor, not rumor, news, sorry. I want to see what there actually is to know about that. See if it's worth a video or something. But I was going to naturally end the stream after, probably like, I was intending to end after an hour, just to touch base and see what happens. We've been going for over 2 now, and that's, you know, that's just how cool you guys are. I'm hoping to do more streams, but don't quote me on that in case I do what I always do and fail. But I would like to thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Oh, hello, Kink. It's good to see you. You've caught us at the end. Be sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Maybe if you're new, subscribe. But I don't suspect there'll be many new faces. Either way, I'm really appreciative of you all coming along and saying hello, and showing me some lovely support in this in these trying times. But yes, hopefully I'll have some videos for you soon. I've got like 25,000 ideas. There are not enough hours in the day for me to make them all. It hurts. My brain is a battlefield of one idea and another one, always in contest. So let's see what video comes out next, eh? But yes, thank you all for coming along and giving me a good conversation. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for giving me some ideas as well for videos that could be done down the line and things like that. I subscribe to Decades. Cheers, Nemesis of Eden. I massively appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the content there is over there, and there will be more to come. But yes, I do look forward to streaming again. You guys have certainly revitalized me. I was losing my will to live, and I thought, sod it, I'll stream, see what happens. And you've and you've helped me feel better about myself in this production world. But hey, with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video or stream at some point. Hopefully there will be more streams. But until next time, please take care and goodbye.